Boundaries and borders of architecture and engineering have been traditionally defined through a linear and hierarchical correspondence between the two disciplines. However, now they are being challenged by three preoccupations which affect us all: technological advancement, changing economic orders, and ecological concerns. Today, this poignant atmosphere provides a fresh and warmer condition, a novel condition for the specific relationship between architects and structural engineers, as both disciplines strive breathlessly to keep up with the pace of change. Newly awakened power in observation and increased skill in representation also means both disciplines speak into each other's work in search of perennial reinvention of themselves. As platforms and protagonists, leading design offices like AKT, design schools and educators can play a big part in this dance of the disciplines. Furthermore, architects, in response to the popular imaginations of their consumers, more so than ever, are expected to exemplify with each project a newness, cheapness, particularity or uniqueness for the production of once-only creations that avoid universality. Whilst other abundant productions like housing in emerging markets due to rapid urbanization continue with little design and often no architects. The opportunity for design engineers and technologists to support the architects' endeavours have expanded. It should be said, though, that we're all, to a lesser or greater degree, guilty of being stuck in a tectonic discourse of late. As design engineers, our efforts are no longer limited to the manipulation of building materials or processes, but stretch to a broader definition of technology, incorporating skills and knowledge of the dialectic relationship between nature and the superimposed built environment. Simultaneously, this expanded opportunity has also allowed some engineers to grow our own disciplines freely, to search for the thinnest glass, shallowest curve, or longest span, and so on. Whilst such expansion has to be tolerated, in my view, in many cases this has ushered in a simple estimates of the architects and structural engineers' work in an atmosphere of unclear thought and, dare I say it, encouraged self-sabotaging posturing of the so-called archineers and engitechs. We hope that with time what can emerge out of this cacophony in a united fashion is a mutual desire to escape ugliness at many levels and an embracing of differences to deduce a productive relationship of greater creativity and utility rather than obviousness. We should also encourage a tough critique of ongoing work that can demystify the creative process with much needed recasting of ancient wisdoms repackaged in contemporary language, but also some new messages and questions, all for the benefit of this generation, in the language of its time, which is digital. For us, the experience of working with many architects and being involved in education has not only built an interdisciplinary acumen, it has taught and opened new aesthetic, linguistic and technological spaces for action, education and contemplation. Better still, it annoys the xenophobes in all disciplines. Education and institutionalized practice should keep pace with this, and with the help from good designers, observe, critique and correct it when necessary. Whilst we practice, rely on and promote engineering innovation, we prefer to stress the broader idea of innovation in design, where the disciplinary contribution is integrated throughout the design rather than residing in a particular system, element or tool. This, I feel, can also be taught. In my particular case, the propensity to want to make buildings has required a change and changing of attitudes towards teaching, designing and construction, to see the project in the architect's terms, but with the mind and eyes of the structural engineer.